going on, Guardians? Today we got some juicy stuff dropped from Bungie, so we need to go through it. It's all about Crucible updates coming. Trials got some juicy stuff, great stuff coming. Everyone is going to be so excited, especially if you're a solo player, because guess what? Everybody gets to go to the Lighthouse if you work, win 7 games. So we're going to go through the updates and stuff. It's a long one. I'll try to skip over some of the stuff like percentages, things we, don't really need to. If you need to, you can pause the video. There's just a lot to go through. So let's just get to it. You will be excited if you haven't heard about this stuff already. All right, Heresy Crucible updates. Hello, everyone. It's the Crucible Strike team here, and we have a lot to get into before Heresy releases. If you don't care about the details and just want high-level stuff, check out the list below. If you really want to dive into the how and why of these changes we are making, read on. Trials of Osiris rework up for Heresy. Move Trials away from a flawless-based system to get 7 wins on a card system that rewards win streaks. With multiple tiers and exclusive aesthetics, rewards for higher win streaks provide a selectable alternative experience that is closer to Iron Banner in terms of reward structure and matchmaking to get more players into the trial ecosystem. They talk about it later that Iron Banner actually is seeing way better numbers than trials as ever. I mean, so that's why they're moving towards kind of the Iron Banner system. They'll talk about it later. Adding new rewards, including an armor set, ghost shell, ship, Sparrow, and Emblem, simplify engagement and matchmaking systems, skill and player score stat, competitive point system rework. We want skill to be more transparent and easily understood so players can get a better feeling of where they sit or how they performed relative to other players in the games. Competitive points gains should feel like they make more sense and give you more agency over climbing the ranked ladder. Playlist reorganization, using what we've learned from over the last year, consolidating and solidifying our playlist into options that better represent the experiences Destiny PvP can offer without splitting the population into too many separate slices. Introducing Iron Banner Quick Play, which offers a more relaxed variant of Iron Banner. Using our open skill matchmaking to provide minimal stratification and a focus on the less serious game modes. Ability sandbox updates. We aren't going to spend too much on discussing this. The ability tuning, as much of it is self-explanatory, and we have a lot to discuss in terms of the other 3 items. General baseline Crucible ability cooldown penalty increased from 15 to 20. Supers go from 20 to 25. Prismatic only. Unpowered knockout melees will no longer spawn diamond lances on kills against players. Active energy refund on prismatic decreased from 20% in Crucible. This affects energy refunds from things like Gambler's Dodge, Shiver Strike, and armor mods, but generally excludes exotic effects. Adding 10% cooldown penalty to supers that there is more of a trade-off to picking these subclasses in modes where super timing can be vitally important, like trials or competitive. All right, Trials of Osiris. Buckle up. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Trials of Osiris has several problems we are looking to solve this rework. Primarily, Trials is perceived as simply not fun or rewarding for average to below average players. In terms of rewards, there has been a lack of new aesthetic rewards, especially motivational ones for high skill players, and our weapon rewards have not consistently been best in class. The game modes itself is not always fun to play at high stress levels. While we have made strides to address this with 8.1.5.3 weapon tuning and the 8.2.0 ability tuning mentioned above, we're also making some minor changes to the Dominion game mode to improve the experience. Finally, we want to solve the issue where fireteam-based matching can make it too difficult to play with friends, but we need to do this in a way that does not sacrifice the enjoyment of our solo players who make up most of the population. The solution we landed on is needed a bit of extra time in the oven, but is currently scheduled to be released alongside Heresy Act 2. Oh, so it's not even going to come out right when Heresy drops. I didn't hear this earlier. Okay. Trials of Osiris rework for Heresy to solve the above problems for Heresy. First, Trials launch on February 14th. We have improved the reward story by stepping back from requiring flawless to earn the lion's share of rewards. Instead, We'll focus on rewarding all players while giving exclusive aesthetic rewards to those who demonstrate the highest skill. Simplified how players engage with trials and streamline the matchmaking states to make it more obvious how you are being matched with opponents. Improve the game mode rules to encourage a focus of fighting first and zone control second, while still directing players to points of conflict around the map and encouraging aggressive play over passivity. At the core of this rework is one mantra. We want to build a game mode that more people can enjoy with rewards on par with endgame PvE experience. Activities. Experiences. We're moving to offer a handful of different experiences within trials so players can choose in which way they want to participate. To help simplify the process, we have reduced the number of passages available to players from 14 to 2, one for each initial experience, which is people usually only pick one or two anyways. There's not anyway. So okay, Lighthouse Passage. Let's first talk about the Lighthouse Passage, which grants access to the fabled simulation of Mercury. This experience is like what players currently get when they're playing on Mercury, Ferocity, or Persistence card. But our goal is to move trials away from the flawless or bust-based system to get 7 wins on a card, longest win streak system. Lighthouse for everyone, but much better for rewards the longer the streaks. So, yeah, it'll be good. If you get 3 plus, good streak, high streak, they'll give you better prizes and stuff like that. I know to get at least an adept, you want to have at least a 3-win streak. If you don't have a 3-win streak, you just have a chance to get the adept in the final box at the Lighthouse. We'll go over that later. And then they utilize open skill matchmaking. All you need to do is win 7 games on a Lighthouse Passage, and you will earn entrance to the Lighthouse regardless of how many losses are on the card. The Lighthouse chest rewards are now broken up into 2 types: repeatable rewards that you can earn every time you complete a Lighthouse Passage and open the chest. Weekly win streak rewards from 1 to 7 wins in a row, which can be earned once per week and must be true win streaks. There are no mercies here. Earning a higher tier weekly win streak reward will grant all lower tier weekly win streak rewards that have not yet been claimed. So that's cool. There's going to be a lot more to earn if you get on win streaks, okay? Earned on every Lighthouse visit until a Flawless Passage is earned. You get Enhancement Prisms 1 to 2 times, Base Trials Weapon, Trials Armor, Osirian Ciphers, Ascendant Shards, Adept Trials Weapon. Chances. You'll have 2 chances to earn Adept Trials weapons for each Lighthouse chest. The chances for the drop are dependent on your highest weekly win streak and the number of wins completed as a full fire team. These chances are not additive, they are separate, meaning if you win 7 games as a trio and then get a 3-win streak, you will get 2 adepts from the Lighthouse chest. If you win 1 game as a trio and get a 1-win streak, you will have 1 15% chance and 1 30% chance for an adept. So you could still get 2 adepts, but it just, lowers your chances. Weekly win streaks. This chance is based on the longest win streak of your current passage. 1 win, 30%, 2 wins, 60%, 3 wins or more, 100%. Wins as a trio. This chance is based on how many of your wins on the way to the Lighthouse were done as a full fire team. If 7 wins were done as a full fire team, you are guaranteed at least 1 adept regardless of your longest win streak. 1 win to 7 wins, 15 to 100%. All right. Weekly win streak reward packages for each streak milestone can be claimed once per week. And are in addition to the repeatable Lighthouse chest rewards. Earning a higher tier weekly win streak reward will also grant all the lower tier weekly win streak rewards that have not yet been claimed. All right, so that we won't go over all that. You can kind of see win streak, cores, shell, 2-win streak, ciphers. Okay, so you get a lot more gear. You get glows and stuff. Red glow. Looks like the glows are the stuff that are towards the end. So yellow, white, red, kind of just a more show that you got a 7-win streak that week. That's cool. Okay. The completed lighthouse passage. After you've earned access to the lighthouse, your passage will change to a completed lighthouse passage. Utilizing weekly performance. Based on everyone in your fire team as a completed lighthouse flawless or trials passage, we will be experimenting with using weekly performance to allow us to match mixed skill fire teams that exclusively play together based on off their cumulative performance for the weekend instead of the individual skills. Utilize open skill if anyone in your fire team is on a lighthouse passage. Okay, so this will make it nice. Okay, this experience is like what players are currently get when they're playing on a flawed card after visiting the lighthouse. Okay, additional rewards for longer streaks. You can see that you just get more rewards the more you play with more streaks. Okay, no need to really go through all those. Flawless package. Players who have earned all 7 weekly win streak rewards will be awarded a flawless passage, and all the repeatable lighthouse chest rewards will be folded into the post-win drop chances, alongside higher chances to earn cosmetics and the new Trials emblem. This will also allow players to progress the flawless win streak stats tracker, which tracks the longest win streak earned while playing on a flawless passage. This experience is most comparable to players resetting their cards and going for additional flawless runs, with the focus now on long continuous win streaks instead of multiple separate lighthouse runs. One wrinkle is that earning those win streaks may be slightly more challenging than they were in the past. Okay. And then utilizing weekly performance-based matchmaking. If everyone in your fire team is on a completed lighthouse, flawless, or trials passage, because we expect there to be very few players who can earn this passage, it works on a hybrid system where it can spend only a short amount of time looking for the similar players before reverting to open skill, so that it does not increase matchmaking times or reduce connection quality. Utilize open skill if anyone in your fire team is on a lighthouse package. Earning the flawless passage weekly will be the only thing that increments the new flawless lighthouse passage stat tracker. The previous tracker of flawless tickets has been locked and will no longer increase, but can still be displayed on emblems. Okay. We want to provide a separate place in Trials that is more like Iron Banner in terms of rewards and matchmaking to get additional players in the ecosystem. If you ask why we want to make any part of Trials to be more like Iron Banner, this is crazy stuff. Iron Banner averages more than 3 times the amount of participants of Trials. In the last 48 months, Trials has had more than 20% daily participation only 18 times, which is actually the exact same number of days the Iron Banner has had less than 20% participation. In fact, the worst performing Iron Banner we had during that period still had almost identical participation to the best performing run of Trials over the same period. So that's crazy. A lot more people are going into Iron Banner just because it's, a lot easier to, get the gear that you want. You just can't do it in Trials. It's really it's too hard, right? So this will be nice for solo people and people that are just have never been able to get to the lighthouse. My buddy included. He's so excited for these changes. So this will all around be great stuff. Compared to Iron Banner, players who are not able to consistently go flawless find Trials to be unapproachable due to both of the lack of rewards and how unfair many of the games feel with randomized matchmaking and lobby balancing. For a mode that needs a high population to thrive, this is problematic because many average and below average skill players do not participate in the current version of Trials at all due to participation. If flawless is impossible, and the experience will be negative. This leads to a baseline skill creep that will average makes Trials 10 to 50% harder than normal PvP and perpetuates the cycle. This experience builds off the practicable pool, which, despite the lower total population, has helped keep average and below average people participating in Trials over the last several months. 20% higher than the similar low point from before in 2021 rework. Utilize weekly performance based matchmaking. If everyone in your fire team is on a completed lighthouse flawless or Trials passage, this passage allows players to take advantage of the improvements to the base reward structure of Trials that will detail below: increased reputation, rewards for win-losses, challenges, Earning ghost shells with a matchmaking system that is fair, lower stakes, and none of the stress of worrying about a loss negating progress. We still want to motivate trying to win, so the Trials of Osiris passage provides a healthy and reputation bonus of 70 to 150 per win, depending on your current rank with Saint 14. Playing on this passage would give you access to the following rewards. Wins grant reputation, base reputation, the Trials, chance for an engram, chance for a base Trials weapon, small amount of progress points towards Trials ghost shells. Losers grant reputation times 10 more than what it currently gives for losses. Chance for a base trial weapon. Additive extras playing in a full fire team. Win or loss. Bonus rep. Chances for a base trials weapon. Chance for engram. Okay, playing on Clanmate. Cool. All right. Rewards. We got new armor. Check these out. You can be a cat for a hunter. Yeah, cat. Yeah, I don't know about this. You have to let me know what you think about these. It's interesting. So there's a hunter, warlock. Warlock's dope. I think it's pretty cool. And we got the Titan. Pretty nice armor for those two. Hunter's questionable. Still cool though. Okay. And then pretty much you can earn new emblem and stuff like that. I don't think, yeah. We don't have to go through that, but that's a new emblem you can get at the end. We got new weapons. We got a sniper. So we can go through the perks. The left column, we got snapshot sights, lone wolf, under pressure, incandescent, envious arsenal, slick draw, triple tap. Right column, opening shot, closing time, discord, bait and switch, moving target, vorpal, 4 times a charm, original tape, trials. Okay. So good, some decent rolls on that. You can get envious arsenal with bait and switch for a sniper. Might be good for DPS stuff. Okay. Exalted Truth coming back. Go through the perks on that one. We got slide shot, lone wolf, destabilizing rounds, moving target, zen moment, keep away, withering gaze. So okay. Right column, eye of the storm, opening shot, precision instrument, magnificent howl. That will be interesting on that gun. We'll see how that goes. And a redacted perk. I don't know. One for all. Repulsor brace. Okay. We'll also be adding a third weapon to this group as part of late system refresh. The Inquisitor, Arc Precision Slug Shotgun, Envious Assassin, so left column, Envious Assassin, Lone Wolf, Offhand Strike, Loose Change, Perpetual Motion, Slide Shot, Threat Detector. Right column, Bait Switch, Closing Time, Cascade Point, Fragile Focus, Jolting Feedback, Opening Shot, Precision Instrument. Okay. Going along this, we have increased the Osirian ciphers cap to 30 from 10. Okay, well, that's cool. Pinnacle challenges. All right. Completed. Win 50 rounds. Get a Pinnacle gear drop. Trials armor times 1. Ghost shell. Okay. Win 7 games. Same for Teen challenge. Pinnacle gear drop. Trials armor. Then rep. We don't really need to go through all of these. Kind of just they increased the amount of rep you get, and then times 10 for losses and stuff like that to make it so it's not as bad if you lose to get more reputation. So that's good. And then base rewards, base win, base trials weapon, trials engram, ghost shell, base loss. You have a chance to get a trials weapon, trio completion. So it just increases your chance if you're obviously in a fire team. It helps that. Okay. Dominion game mode. Quality life changes. While the sandbox changes outlined above and in the 8.1.5.3 patch represent the bulk of our work towards making this Trials gameplay as more enjoyable experience, we're also making some changes to the game mode itself. We want to encourage players to engage in combat first, with the zone being utilized more as a focal point and to break stalemates and less to win rounds quickly outright. Zone spawns after 40 seconds instead of 30. Zone takes 20 seconds to capture from 15. And then neutral special ammo crate spawns at 30 instead of 20. All right, so that would be cool. Let's make it a little more intense. Go kind of more to the end, so it's not as quick. Okay. Fire team based matchmaking. We would, of course, be remiss if we did not mention fire-based matchmaking, FDMM, before we explain the changes we are going to make in Heresy Act 2. We want to provide you with some background on why we cannot simply remove FTMM from trials. Statistically, FTMM has kept solo players playing much more frequently than the old freelance weekend system did. If we were to remove fireteam based matchmaking and revert to freelance weekends, it would not increase the number of trios or improve their experience. It would simply decrease the number of solos playing most weeks. Below is an example of how the population split worked before. Trio players didn't increase when freelance went away, but solo players decreased dramatically. So kind of give you the details. Most solo players only played during freelance weekends. On average, less than 25% of them stuck around during non-freelance weekends. All right, so instead, starting in Heresy Act 2, we will allow duos to match trios right off the bat. So if you're going to be a duo running in, it's not going to be easy anymore. You're going to be able to go against trios and stuff like that. I guess it's going to be a little more difficult. So this will continue to allow duos to play with our 3v3 playlist without making it feel like an advantage that they can avoid trios. We have not enabled this in the past because for the solo player that gets brought into the match to fill out the duos team, it always feels like a bad experience to see a trio on the other side. We also understand that filling out duos games with solo players often makes it feel like a lottery to see who gets the better team. To help with this friction, we will be setting up so if solo players that gets matched against a larger fire team in either trials or competitive will be granted loss forgiveness for the match on the condition that they do not quit, do not go AFK, or they don't intentionally throw the game. Doing any of these will result in a loss, so that's nice. Like it's not as scary going into games like that. You don't get a loss. That's cool. That's nice. Skill rework and player score strat. Let's see. We've got to go undertaking, skill ratings. I don't know if we need to go all over this. Overall, these changes we're making make playing the objective. So overall, these changes that they have just make doing the objectives and stuff more important and more valuable. Which will have them allow players to get kills in service of the objective to have these contributions recognized and reflect in their skill. Additional, being able to appropriately determine how much a valuable player can provide to their team will improve their accuracy on our level balancing system. So this pretty much just talking about it's going to show more stats like they show right here. They show objective final blows, so like shows you actually getting final blows on the objective and actually playing the objective and stuff like that. That helps them kind of be able to balance the teams. So if the people that just sit back and don't play the objective, they just try to get kills. It kind of just help balancing that way. So that's kind of cool. And they kind of show more of those things and showing actually who's doing it. Okay. Don't really need to go. Okay. Competitive changes. So points rework. Okay. So this is like in comp. Talk about the rank system. And then all the points. So win, losses, add and remove base value 100 points. Performance bonus, a link to player score and efficiency. Above average performance gives you +1, 10. Average performance 0. Below -1 and -10. Okay. All right. I mean, the score. I don't know how much people really care about the scores and stuff like that. Like really in the detail of all of these things. Some people might. The hardcore people. But I don't know if we need to go through all that. Comp rewards. This is one of the new guns. Obviously, it's the BXR. It's a different. They're bringing it. It's called the Redrix S-Stock. So, okay. So let's go left column. We got Encore, Lone Wolf, Perpetual, Zen Moment, Offense Strike, Rhyme Stealer, Demolitionist, Right Column, Desperate Measures, Sword Logic, Desperado, Head Seeker, Rapid Hit, Kill Clip, Headstone. All right. So actually a different version of BXR remade for that. Okay. We got some new emblems for comp that you can get. So that'd be cool. And make it so I guess this one, yeah, okay. It's new stuff to go for if you like comp. Competitive quality, life of changes. We can go through this. We are making some changes to the existing collision game mode to improve the game flow. New logic will prevent the next zone from spawning too near to the active zone. Contesting a zone will now flip it to neutral, so neither team gains points, as opposed to the current behavior where the team that owns the zone continues to accrue points while it is on the contested state. The new zone will now show up 20 seconds before it opens instead of 15 to give the teams more time to move to the area and contest capture. Okay. The quit protection timer has also been increased up to 90 seconds to make sure that if a player is AFK at the beginning of a match and gets kicked, their teammates will still benefit from the loss forgiveness. Okay, cool. Slow capture collision. We are also introducing a new option called slow capture collision, which will debut in Crucible Labs in Heresy Act 2 and will be live in private matches starting at the beginning of Heresy. Slow capture collision is a twist on the existing collision game mode where the zone takes much longer to capture, awards a single point, and then rotates locations. The first team to capture 7 zones wins. Let us know what you think. If players prefer it, we can replace the existing version of collision in competitive. Okay. We got playlist for organization. They're actually bringing like 3v3, 4v4, 2v2, like I think all those back. So control, got 6v6, outlier protection, competitive, 3v3, rank based. Okay. Let's see, what thing to talk about right here. Quick play rotators. Moving forward, we will have split our quick play offerings up into 3 distinct nodes, all of which will rotate game modes weekly and utilize open skill matchmaking. This will all allow us to showcase more nodes more often without having to worry about certain modes only showing up once per week or not at all. These modes have been designed to rotate in such a manner that there is minimal overlap between them in the terms of experience to avoid them cannibalizing each other for population. Quick play, 6v6, open skill, standard Destiny gameplay in the 6v6 environment. We got Clash, Supremacy, Zone Control, Rift, Relic. Small team quick play, small teams 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, open skill, standard Destiny gameplay in a small team environment. You got doubles, you got Clash, elimination variants of 3v3, elimination, domination, countdown, survival, competitive respawn variants, 3v3, countdown, rush, and showdown, 4v4, lockdown, modified quick play, various team sizes, 3v3, 4v4, 6v6, open skill, exclusively modes where the sandbox has been altered in such a way that standard Destiny gameplay is not possible. We understand that checkmate and hardware have been very popular with some parts of the community, so we have added an extra variant for each to the rotation to allow them to show up more often. Cool. Checkmate variants, 6v6 control, 4v4 throwback. Hardware variants, 6v6 supremacy and 3v3 hardcore. Other modifiers, 6v6 momentum control, mayhem, clash, scorch, clash. Okay. All right. So events, Iron Banner, control 6v6 ally protection. Okay. Iron Banner will be active during the following dates. So now they've gone back to the 1 week instead of the 2 weeks of Iron Banner. So that's nice. So we got those 3 weeks right there. February 18th, April 1st, April 29th. Iron Banner quick play rotator. 6v6 open skill replaces quick play. Tribute, Fortress, Eruption, Trials of Osiris 3v3 open skill weekly performance replaces small team quick play. Guardian Games quick play 6v6 open skill replaces quick play. Supremacy, Crucible Labs, various modes open skill replace either quick play, small team quick play, or modified quick play depending on what mode is being tested. All right, so let's show just what gets changed. You got multiple Iron Banners here. Okay, team scores. All right, cool. New playlist. You have probably noticed that we have a handful of new playlists shown in the bullet above. So let's break them down. Iron Banner quick play rotator. Then they got a lockdown 4v4. They reworked it, so that's cool. Checkmate 4v4. We can go through. Okay, I mean, we don't really need to go through all of these, but it's just a rotator of Eruption, Fortress, Tribute, and eventually Rift when it returns in Iron Banner quick play. Lockdown. We have finally brought Lockdown back and reworked it to address the previous issues the game mode faced. Who else remembers endless games of Endless Veil? Lockdown works like a round-based version of Zone Control, with the twist that capturing all 3 zones immediately wins the round for the teams that can pull off, regardless of the score at the time. High risk, high reward. If you don't want to go for the power play, no problem. Hold 2 zones for longer than your opponent, and you can accrue enough points to win by score instead. Checkmate throwback 4x4, 4v4. A new playlist focuses on what used to be and may one day be again still the same checkmate you know and love. With greatly penalized ability cooldowns, a special ammo meter returned soon, okay, and modified weapon damage, but this time we with a focus on small team combat, survival, showdown, and countdown rush are all rotated. Hardcore has been popular enough that we wanted to bring it back more often, but with a different type of experience. If you have ever wondered what Trials would be like with no abilities, now this time to see for yourself. Elimination, Dominion, and Countdown are on the tap. No abilities, no respawns, no problem. Playlist rewards. We have also got new weapon rewards coming to both Crucible and Iron Banner. Iron Banner, we got Warlord Spear and an Arc Adaptive Trace Rifle, left column Dynamic Sway Reduction, Envious Assassin, Rewind Rounds, High Impact Reserves, Hip Fire Grip, Loose Change, right column, Desperate Measures, Killing Tally, Target Lock, 4 times the Charmed, Redacted. Peace Bond, Peace, okay, awesome sidearm. Stasis, Adaptive Burst sidearm, we got left column, we got Rangefinder, Subsistence, Zen Moment, Headstone, Lone Wolf, Moving Target, right column, Headseeker, Desperado, Rhyme Stealer, Desperate Measures, Demolitionist, Kill Clip. So pretty good perks on that one. I like that. Crucible, Joxer's Longsword. And then a long Void Heavy Burst Pulse Rifle. It's not a sword? What? Okay. Left column, Closing Time, Demolitionist, Dragonfly, Killing Wind, Gust Shot Straight, Lone Wolf, Pugilist, Enlightened Action, Rewind Rounds, Repulsor Brace, Strategist, Shoot to Loot. Man, this has a lot of freaking abilities. Okay. Right column, Adrenaline Junkie, Desperado, Desperate Measures, Destabilizing Rounds, Withering Gaze, Headseeker, High Impact Reserves, Under Pressure, One for All, Swashbuckler, Redacted, Zen Moment. Oh, man, that's going to be hard to get your freaking god roll of that. There's so many freaking perks on that thing. All right, general Crucible quality of life update. We also have a handful of general Crucible changes that don't fit in one of the above sections, but we still want to call them out. Lobby balancing. We have made some changes to the paired player lobby balancer so that it will fall back to the average lobby balance rank balancer less often when dealing with fire teams. Map weighted 66 game modes reduce Vostok and multiplex from average weight to below average weight. Increased burnout from average weight to above. That's good. Competitive removed Citadel Clash and Multiplex Clash from rotation. These were previously at a very low weight. Removed Radiant Cliffs from Clash from rotation. This was previously at average weight. Increased weight of Burnout Clash and Dead Cliffs Clash from the average to high weight to compensate. Game mode rules. Showdown revives no longer subtract a point from the opposing team. Future updates. We can't share a lot of the details about what is happening in Codename Frontiers timeline, but we are working on several things. Really looking forward to getting into Crucible. One thing we can talk about is the Special Ammo Finder meter, which will be making its return completely rebuilt with significant more tuning levers and much more likelihood of causing local lag spikes or granting infinite ammo. Which is why is it taking so long, you ask? Mostly because the new ammo meter is tied into the largest game-wide rework of Destiny's ammo systems we have ever done. So that'd be interesting. I'm curious what that is. This has been a massive collaboration between multiple teams, including the Crucible Strike team, engineering, activities, armor, weapons, and UI UX. The new system is shaping up well, and we're excited to get back into the game once it's completed. We have a lot more to share as it gets closer to time, but for now, we'll see you in Crucible. All right, so I'm excited. If you were able to stick through this, I appreciate it. It's a freaking long one. I'm going to cover, they have more of the TWID coming tomorrow to talk about more updates and stuff like that. So I'll try to make sure I put out a video on that too. So try to subscribe, like the video. I appreciate it. I know it was a long one, and I will see you later. Bye.